No, one of them got fucking killed. In the greenhouse.
So he because he was dying.
I think he put a shovel
and
through his neck,
right in front of her.
Yeah.
Did he see that she saw that?
I think.
Oh wait, he's blind.
Yeah, he definitely didn't see it, but I think he knew.
He's fucking blind. He didn't see shit. I just
did he hear that she saw
You're
it?
Right. Action. Welcome to the podcast where a guy that watches movies discusses movies with a guy that never watches movies.
I like the clip in the action. It's cool.
I like it too. It's really cool. It's theme based and it serves two purposes. Multi-purpose.
And I got to learn its purpose in real use.
That's true.
It's kind of cool. That's actually what it's for. But we watched Don't Breathe 2.
Don't Breathe 2.
I'm sure that anyone that has watched this podcast before knows that I haven't seen the first one yet.
It's a running theme. He sees sequels and remakes without seeing the first ones.
Maybe they should put the first ones in theaters or something then, so that I could see them before.
Yeah, because you're just taking advantage of your Regal Unlimited membership at this point.
That would be a cool thing to do if a new movie's coming out the month prior. Have like a week where you just show the old one.
Sometimes they do that. They did that with A Quiet Place.
They did?
Yeah, I watched both back to back one time.
See, that's kind of sick.
Yeah,
that they would do
back
that.
to back, and it was really cool because what they did was played the first one, and the second one leaves off where the first one did. So it was like boom, boom.
Just watched one.
But there was an intermission, and the intermission took too long, and people started getting pissed.
Oh,
we were just sitting there like, bruh. Start the movie.
I could see why that would be upsetting, but it's also a cool experience. Like you're just watching one very
long movie. It was cool.
Movie.
It was free too, for me.
For
me. Don't Breathe 2. This was a good movie.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it a lot. I've seen the first one twice. I thought I saw it more, but when I rewatched it before I went and saw the second one, and I was like, I've only seen this movie one time.
What are your thoughts on the first one?
I love the first one. And I don't like when people say, because you didn't, I don't care what any of you motherfuckers say. I know he's a bad person, but you guys did not know he was a bad person till the end of the first one. You almost got no context of this man till the end. You knew he had a lot of money. He knew he was getting robbed, and he was in the military and had a particular set of skills. But that's all you knew. You didn't know who he was, what he was, who he had in his basement. You didn't know. And now you do. You're like, oh, I knew. You know, like when one of your friends is like a horrible human being. Oh, I knew the whole time. Fuck him. No, you didn't.
Then you probably wouldn't be his friend if you knew.
Yeah, exactly. And if you were his friend and you knew, you're fucked up. If you liked him in the first movie and after the ending and you still liked him, you're fucked up.
But Can you like him as a character and it not be fucked up though?
Yeah,
because
you can like fucked up characters. You don't like the person, but you like the kind of image that it portrays for the story.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be friends with them in real life, but I think that the sequencing of his life would make for a good person to watch a movie about.
And this movie has him in the beginning, training this. Seeing the first one, I am skeptical about how this is legitly his daughter, because you haven't seen the first one, so you're just like, oh, it's his daughter.
Well, wasn't there? I believe there was something in the very beginning that showed it wasn't.
Was there?
Yeah, he found her on a street, like knocked
out. Oh
yeah. With a burned down house next to it. That's what I was saying earlier. That I don't feel like. Yeah,
you knew that. Well, no, because she thought he was in the fire too. No, he thought she was her actual dad, and he had she had a mother that died in a fire.
She thought that, but it did show how he found her. And
she
was unconscious.
Yeah. So the viewer knew,
and
she didn't.
I don't know why she believed what her life was before that, though. Wouldn't she like? I think she was like 8.
Wasn't she a baby? She was 8.
I thought she was like 8. I might be wrong.
So like
on
Malignant,
the age, but
Malignant was 8.
Yeah, she looked about like...
Oh, in the movie she looked 8. When was she found? Was she found as a baby?
No, she was like...
Younger.
Old enough to speak, I believe, like a child, but was passed out on the street.
Yeah.
In front of the burnt down house.
Traumatic things can make you forget.
They can?
Yeah. That's why Dexter forgot.
I don't know who Dexter is.
You got to watch that show. It's good.
Dexter's Laboratory?
No, it's just called Dexter. I like that show, too. That's a little before your time. A little in your time, too, though.
It was on TV when I was a youngster.
So...
But yeah, he was training her.
Yeah, he was training her to be like him. The shit.
A tough motherfucker.
It's a tough motherfucker with a particular set of skills. But at the same time, so people break into this dude's house again. For the second time. This is a sequel. And they don't want his money. He don't have any anymore because he kind of gave it up in the first one. But someone stole his money. They don't want his money in this one. What do they want?
At first, I don't really know if they portray what they want.
At first, they don't. You just know that
There's
they're
like
in
kill
the house.
his dog, break in, and start fucking shit up.
At first, you don't know. And you're assuming... Actually, you don't really assume what they want.
Oh, you do know. I not know, but at least my perception was that they wanted the girl.
Yeah.
I thought that they had a tie. There was a scene prior to them breaking in where the little girl was going to the bathroom.
Right.
And the antagonist, I forget his name. It started with an R.
I don't remember his name.
But
either.
the main bad guy or the main house robber had confronted her in the ladies' bathroom and was all creepy.
Yeah.
And right either before or after that scene, there was the older girl that took her on the trip was in she was in some store, and they were over the TV. They were playing something about a guy that was like capturing children and selling their organs. Like there was a warrant type thing on the news, and so my assumption from the dawn of it was that they were working together. But I thought they were like looking for children to harvest
payout.
organs.
Yeah, a payout. That's very good. You analyze that very well.
I felt like that's what
I don't remember that at all.
Oh well, I pay a lot of attention to detail now when we're watching movies. That's good.
So the roles are reversed. I don't pay attention to shit. No, I'm kidding. But they're in the house and they want the girl.
And
you don't know why at first.
Yeah, it did kind of look like they were looking for her too, because as she was actively hiding from them,
they weren't going for him. They were just making sure he wasn't near her, kind of. Yeah, they were actively searching for the girl, because if they searched for him, they'd probably get fucked up.
And if they were looking for items, like if they were there to rob the house, there
was
a
nothing there.
And even if there was, like, they just passed everything.
Yeah, they were.
They looked in places where people would be. They weren't looking in places
they
where
would have
valuables
wrecked the
would
place,
be.
Even though
like, he checked under the bed, in a closet. Like, who stores their valuables under the bed? Like, they're clearly
That's
there with a different
shit.
purpose.
No one does that.
Yeah.
They did in like 1922 when valuables was like a loaf of bread.
Like, they put their money there before we had banks.
Right. Damn. Dude, banks are like Stone Age almost.
Oh,
they have a long history. They're probably before beds.
Maybe we should do a podcast on the origin of banks.
Oh, God. That's a different kind of podcast. But this girl has running away skills. She got away for the most part until, like, they got her, obviously.
Ran away until she didn't.
Yeah. But she did a good job for the most part. But there's like 6 of these dudes, right? How many are there? There's like 4, at least 4 to 6.
Yeah, 4 to 6. There's a
4 to
range
6
of
is
that.
safe. And they have weapons. They have firearms. And
a dog.
They want the girl. They're not going to hit her. They have a dog. Did he have a dog?
Yeah, he had a dog, but they shot it.
They shot the dog.
When they came to break
They were
in,
obviously spying on this dude, knowing
they
everything.
killed the girl that the daughter was with prior in the film.
This
and then
isn't
killed the dog and then broke in.
This isn't these guys' first rodeo with crime.
They're
I
clearly
guess.
experienced. And I haven't seen the first one, but we were watching videos before, and I watched some before too and was reading comments and stuff. And apparently in the first one, they weren't as skilled, the people that were robbing.
No, they weren't.
In this, they're
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you could tell they're...
That these people have done criminal things before. Even though they did crime before too, but it doesn't take much to break into a house and steal shit.
Mm-hmm. Especially like petty crime.
Yeah, that's petty crime. But these guys, you could tell they actually have serious experience with crime in general. I mean, they all have guns. I don't even think they had guns like in the first one. Well, you don't know, but I don't think they had guns. And if they did, they had one. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they had any.
They weren't like all armed.
All the guns that were shot in the first one were his. Military, you know. But they grab her, and somehow get away. I don't know if he kills any of them before they get away. Yeah, I think he kills like one or two, like right
At least
in front
one,
of her.
yeah. At least one got
Yeah.
massacred.
Yeah, I don't think he died though.
In
did
the
he?
greenhouse. No, one of them got fucking killed in the
Okay,
greenhouse.
so he like because he was like dying.
I think he like put a
and then
shovel
he,
through
like,
his
yeah,
neck.
right in
type
front of
shit.
her.
Yeah.
Did he see that she saw that?
I think.
Oh wait, he's blind.
Yeah, he definitely didn't see it, but I think he knew.
He's fucking blind. He didn't see shit. I just
Did he hear that she saw
You're
it?
right. He probably didn't hear her.
Well, she was screaming. I think that gave away his location
Oh,
at that point.
maybe
Because she screamed
yeah.
out of like fear.
And then he just went for him.
And yeah. But he fucked that guy up.
Yeah,
At
he
least one
did.
of them died for sure.
How would he see her, dude? It's terrible. And then they try to burn his house down, right?
Yeah. Well, they didn't try.
Oh no, they did. But they tried to burn him,
Yeah.
and they didn't succeed.
I thought the way that he escaped was kind of fucked though. So like they sent the dog in to find him, and then they're like, fuck the dog. I'm gonna burn the house down. And the dog just switches sides.
Well, they left him to burn, but a dog
Doesn't have the intelligence to
intellectual,
comprehend that.
yeah, to say, "Oh fuck him, he's saved.
Like,
he
you
was
could
going to
smack
burn
your
me
dog
down."
and you could backhand your dog in the face and just like stare and be like, "You're a fucking bitch," and they're
And
not
they
gonna
wouldn't comprehend it at
They're
all.
not gonna recognize that you're an assailant now and that they should switch
Over
sides.
time, I feel like they would, but not on one situation,
Yeah, and
especially a weird situation like this where
the
they
dog
just
doesn't
leave
have
him.
the processing power to go, wow,
They deserted me.
My owners must have intentionally burned this house down knowing that I was in it.
Yeah,
It's probably thinking, oh, fuck, dad, where are you, dad? Let me get out. Ah.
Yeah.
And so then he like saves the dog, I guess,
Right.
after being the one that traps it. And the dog's like, we're friends now,
right.
which is kind of scuffed, but I guess it worked.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. That's a plot hole.
It felt
He's
like
not like a super dog.
It felt like a really convenient, just like a really convenient way to not have to explain a lot. Like because
Exactly.
of it, he was able to escape and he was able to find the location.
Exactly.
Whereas if those weren't there, I don't know how a blind man in the dead of the night is going to find where somebody lives.
I'm surprised he got out. Because he's blind. He got out of a burning building. He was in the middle of it. It wasn't like he was at the door
I
and
think
he just
was all
walked
the way
out.
in the attic, actually.
Yeah,
So,
he
like,
was in the and smoke rises, bro.
Didn't he jump out the window or something?
I don't know. I don't remember. He did some crazy fucking shit.
I don't remember.
I don't think he
verbatim
just
how it
jumped
occurred.
out the window. I think he like did some crazy shit. But he gets out and he's pissed because they took his apparently what we think is his daughter, even though
And
no,
what he thinks is his
yeah,
daughter.
what he thinks is his daughter, but he knows what he did, and they wanted to tell her what he did, and then the scene goes to them, and they say, "Hey, do you want to know about your life, or do you want to leave? Because we're going to give you." It's kind of like a somewhat of a manipulation tactic.
Oh, they definitely manipulated
Yeah.
the fuck out of that poor girl.
and
Convince her to stay on her own accord and like
yeah,
gain
but
attachment
he
for her
did that.
parents.
He almost did that
I don't-
too.
I feel
Not
like-
as bad.
I feel
Not
like
as
everyone
bad.
looks at him like I feel like he saw a girl dying outside of a burnt down house and took her in and saved her life.
I'm almost 100% sure that that's possible. He couldn't have known that they were going to survive. That's possible. It's clearly possible.
And I guess like almost even if they would survive, if he felt like he could give a better life than a bunch of people dealing meth and gangbanging, like
Yeah.
maybe like it's evil to someone's judgment, but to my judgment, at least in his heart, he had good intentions. So even
Totally.
if others would deem it a negative thing, I
Yeah.
could see where his heart's at least.
Yeah.
And why that would make him so attached to that girl.
Totally.
like he was trying to help her escape from that past also, and now it's all just like biting him in the ass all
Yeah,
at once in
yeah.
one day.
But he did lie to her,
Mm-hmm.
and they were telling him that he was his dad. They kind of said, "Hey, you can leave if you want, but not really." Like
You don't think if she
trying
left, they
to
would
push
have let him or let her?
Oh, she did attempt to leave,
But then the mom stopped her, so she never.
the mom didn't stop her, but the shock of her mom still being alive stopped her because she's been told her mom has been dead
Mm-hmm.
for a while. I don't know if he knew if she died or not, or his parents died, but she finds out that both of her parents are alive and that this guy took her and is lying to her. So she's all about these people because this is her. Throughout the story, you could tell she feels there's a hole in her heart. Like she's missing something. Like she wants to go out and see friends. He's like, it's not safe. You can't.
I think he, thinking in context with all the things that have happened prior in the movie, I think he knew they were still alive.
You think so?
Because
me too.
So
maybe he was hiding her.
He didn't want her to leave the house often.
Ever.
And
almost.
when she left the house, she wanted to visit her mother's gravestone. And the girl was like, so there was the daughter, and there was the older lady that took her out. The older lady that took her out brought up the idea of visiting her mother, which there's like a little shrine to her in the house where that got burnt down.
Yeah.
But the daughter says, no, Dad doesn't want me going there. And she said it'll be our secret.
Yeah.
And so maybe he has some suspicion that those people could still be lurking around there. Because I don't see, like, unless he knows that they still exist, why he wouldn't want her to go to that location at all.
How did they find him?
Oh, that's how. Because
that is how?
The man was in the house when she went to visit the daughter. Or when the daughter went to visit the mother's grave.
Okay.
The man was in the house. And so after finding her, they followed the truck to the bathroom, which is where he confronted the daughter. Okay. And then they followed the truck all the way to the old man's house.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did follow the truck, and
then they killed the fuck out of her.
Straight up killed they did this is where it's obvious that these guys are they're crime. Real. Yeah, they're real motherfuckers that kill, like, and then go to bed like a baby. Like they're good at it too. Not as good as our man, or not our man, but like the protagonist of this film.
Yeah,
but he goes back after she learns, and she's still feeling sus, but at the same time, this is her mom. She's missed her. She thought she was dead, and low-key, she had a hole in her heart. So deep down, I feel like, I don't think deep down she knew, but deep down she knew something was missing from herself. And now she has that. She has that filled. She thinks it's becoming filled. And then they tell her that her mom's dying from the fire, from the smoke.
Which you probably don't even need to say. You could tell looking at that bitch, she was going to go any day.
Do you think that she was going to, the fire did it? Or is it just from like smoking meth?
It could be a combination. Like, she clearly lives
apparently
an unhealthy lifestyle.
Bitch, and he tells her, and from what we get from the other people, this bitch is Gordon Ramsay of meth.
Yeah, like
like she's the fucking
she's the
provider, queen. The queen, the everything in this situation. She's the motherfucking Gordon Ramsay, and no one else can cook meth like her. She's who's the guy in Breaking Bad?
I don't know.
I watched 3 seasons.
That bald motherfucker.
Yeah, she's the bald motherfucker, but she has no science pass, and she's just like a pure criminal.
She just cooks meth and dies. That's what she's good at.
That's what she's good at. But cooking meth and cooking meth.
The only one that knows how to do it.
Yep.
I feel like I could probably learn how to cook meth.
That's probably a YouTube video on that.
Or a Breaking Bad episode.
Yeah, probably. They probably give up too much info. And they tell her that she needs a heart. And they straight up tell her that we want your fucking heart, bro.
Yeah.
They even tell her. Like, there's some cold-hearted people that they're just like, you know what? We want yours. You're the only heart that'll work for me.
And they almost like frame it as if they want her permission, but they also drug her drink simultaneously.
They're doing it to make her feel okay about it, but you could tell even before they drug their drink, you could tell that they're using like some sort of manipulation where they're giving a little but taking the rest. Like they're making her feel like it's her choice and making her feel like she's comfortable when this is not a comfortable situation at all.
Yeah, whatsoever.
Nothing is being... nothing is her choice, even though they're trying to give her a little leeway to make her feel like it's her choice. But she's still sus. I mean, she saw the drink and then passed out and then woke up. I find it weird that they didn't just cut her open while she was asleep. I forget why they did it when she had to be awake. Why do they have to do that?
I don't know. My guess
That
could
was
be
some
like
cold-blooded shit.
maybe the drugs did something to
Like,
her heart.
don't
to
you
make it,
think
like,
that someone would call the cops? Like, if you straight took a fucking saw to someone's chest, especially a child, they would scream. Someone would hear that shit. Unless they're in the middle of nowhere, which I don't think they were.
I don't know.
I know
where
the house
they're
was somewhat abandoned looking, but
It was an
goddamn.
abandoned building, but it did look like it's in a town because.
And
like,
it was in a basement, so.
was it in the basement? Yeah, it was in the basement
basement.
of a gigantic building. So
And how does
it looked like a rundown hotel. Almost.
how does he find?
I think it was a hotel. Actually,
was it a
I
hotel?
think it was
like an abandoned hotel?
or maybe like a motel because I think
Or
it was
something like that.
smaller than a hotel. But I believe I
like
saw
off
like a
the
hotel
highway or
type
something.
sign.
Maybe it was a little abandoned.
It was in that small town though. It
Okay,
was
okay,
within a
okay.
town because she just like walked out the door towards the end and there were
Okay.
other buildings
How does he find them?
with the dog.
The dog guides them.
Yeah, he sniffs its
He
way
goes
home.
right there, like it's nothing.
That's-
That dog's a good dog.
If you want to call leading a perpetrator to them a good dog, yeah.
A perpetrator to perpetrators.
But I like the way that what was the protagonist, or maybe not protagonist, but the old man's name, the blind old man.
don't remember.
Was it Norman? Why do I feel like it was Norman?
Norman Bates.
No.
I don't know. I could look it up.
All right, but that old man, I like the way he utilized bells during that section. After he gets the dog on his side, he
Yeah.
he has a bell. Was it Norman? Was that right?
Norman Nordstrom.
Hell yeah.
That
So
sounds like a superhero.
my boy Norman had a bell on the dog so that he knew where the dog was, but then he also used bells to aim. Like there was a scene where he jammed a bell down some dude's fucking throat, and then he heard when the guy ran and shot him in the face, using the
Yeah.
sound a guy to shot, and that shit was crazy.
It was.
That's like next level.
It is next level.
But yeah. You got anything to say?
No, I just think Stephen Lang, the actor, did a really good job portraying this guy.
Norman?
Yeah, Norman I don't have anything that rhymes with Norman.
Norman the Poorman.
The poor man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a lot of kill scenes were crazy.
What else? Like, what other kill scenes did you enjoy?
Memorable kill scenes. The fucking glass house one was crazy. The glass house is always crazy. That's in the first one. I don't know if he has the same house in this one though.
Did it look different?
I mean, no, it didn't look different. But why wouldn't you relocate when someone knows where you live and broke into your house?
I don't know. I feel like if someone robbed me today, I'd still live here tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not.
I moved out when someone robbed me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to. That seems like like if you asked me this in the caveman days, like if I just built a house somewhere and
Yeah.
I got robbed, I'd probably just go like make a new one. But nowadays, I feel like a lot more goes into a house, and it seems really hard.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially like if the people got caught. I don't know how the first one went down. Like if he fucking killed them or something.
Yeah.
Like if that's the case, like if they're dead now, it's not like they leaked your address. Like
That's
they're,
true.
They're
That's
gone.
true.
They're dead or locked up.
He finds them. How does he get in the house? Does he go through? He doesn't go through the front door like a dumbass.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but he gets in and he starts picking them off, or they notice he's there. I don't
He
know
cuts
if they.
the power.
Yeah, he cuts the power. That was smart. That was a good way to enter because he's not. He has no disadvantage there.
Yeah.
They do. Only they do.
It's not a buff.
And
to
then
him, or
he
not a
sends
nerf
them.
to
They
him.
take off with the girl, and then they take him, or he sends his boys. Now that I think about it, I think there's more than 4. Maybe there weren't more than 4 in the house, but there's definitely more than 4 now. Maybe like 5.
There's a big group in the house.
And he just starts
They
picking
showed a
them off.
bunch of goons we didn't even see before.
Yeah, and he just starts picking
But
them off.
I think one was in the basement he actually fights with. And then he kills the one in the basement. 4 come down looking for him. There's one that comes and he's like, I don't agree with what they're about to do.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take your life here. And so he kind of gives that guy a pass. And then the old man plays dead in the water.
Right.
And 3 more come down. Those 3 proceed, instead of just shooting him right there, to walk into the water, which he just like feels the vibration of the water and now just knows all their locations instantly and fucking guns them
Which
down.
is somewhat believable.
The
I don't think he's like Daredevil at this point. Like he I don't know when he went blind. He obviously didn't go blind. I don't remember because I think they touch on it. I'm not sure, but he didn't go because they wouldn't have let him in the military if he was blind. If he was born.
Was he blind in the first film?
Yes.
So he definitely.
It's called Don't Breathe.
Yeah,
That's why it's called.
He's probably been blind for a while now. I don't know the timeline.
Yeah, because he's gotten to the point where he's good at being blind. Like, I don't think it raises your senses, but it definitely lets you.
You have to emphasize.
You have to focus on them more because you don't have the other one. It's kind of like losing a card.
It doesn't strictly make your hearing better, but the fact that you now only have hearing to focus on, you like level that skill quicker, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But he's like Daredevil. I don't know if you know anything about superheroes.
I don't.
But Daredevil's kind of like he's like blind, but his other senses are so good that he can see. It's pretty cool.
They're so good that he can almost like create an artificial world in his
almost
imagination.
In his head. Yeah.
But, like it is realistic-ish the way that he killed them, I guess. Like because he can use the vibrations from the water and then also hearing them splash. But
yeah. But if they studied him, they would know that.
Just the dude's blind. Shoot him right then and there.
Yeah. Don't go and give us an hour and a half movie. Just give us 10 minutes and just shoot him.
Or don't set that scene up like that. Like he could have just hid behind a corner or something.
Yeah, they
instead
did.
of in plain sight,
They did kind of just put it out there.
Like, although maybe it was such a stupid plan that's why it worked. Maybe they're thinking in their head, "There's no way this fucking idiot's playing dead right now." Like, let's go check it out.
Double tap, always double tap.
Or first tap. They didn't even fucking shoot at him. You think he's dead? Fucking just shoot. Don't walk into the water.
True.
Just shoot him.
Shoot him.
Your aim should be good enough to hit a headshot. Then you don't have to wonder. So I thought that was a little fucking dumb. Like,
well, he kills them all, and there's only two left. Mama and Papa. And Papa isn't so unskilled himself.
Yeah, I like the solution though. He had a freaking a really cool way to go into that battle. He had some like smoke things from the truck of the girl that got fucked up earlier on.
Yeah, she got fucked up.
And so he like again was utilizing the fact that he's blind to like not utilizing his blindness, but trying to bring them to the same level.
Yeah.
Because he's been used to not having that
So he has the advantage if he's blind because he's used to it. They rely on sight.
Yeah, so he basically blinded them with smoke.
Exactly.
In the process, the dude shot his fucking wife, kills her basically, and she's dead in her wheelchair.
Yeah,
the wheelchair starts like moving because it's like an electric one.
And they're going into the pool, right?
But and the little girl's handcuffed to it.
Yeah,
and there's
it
that big
was a hotel. Now, why would there be a random pool?
It's
and she starts sliding down and pulling the girl.
And I don't know where the girl got a fucking weapon from, but so the wheelchair like goes over and falls. The mom's dangling, still handcuffed to her arm, and she chops the fucking mom's arm off. But then I think she falls too.
She does. She falls too.
But luckily, it wasn't enough of a fall to kill her. But
yeah,
it was kind of crazy watching her chop
That was
the arm.
cool. I liked it. I was like,
It was the first real like act of violence we see from the girl
daughter.
too.
Like 1 minute she was like, "Oh my god, my mom's alive." Next minute she's chopping off her arm.
Yeah, the dead mother's arm.
Right. Like so much for that heart now.
Yeah. And then old blind man gouges out
his eyes and thinking,
dead.
I don't know why he didn't double. Why would he think that would kill him? He didn't fucking brain him. He didn't fucking go Michael Myers brain that motherfucker.
I thought that was kind of dumb too.
Yeah,
I was
deserved
thinking
to get
that when
cut
he did the kill, I was like, he's definitely still alive.
Yeah, he's just on your turf now, but you're better because but you still dumb.
But then he has that big fucking yelling, crying, emotional spiel he does to the girl where he's like,
where he doesn't think he's worthy of her.
I've raped. And then he's like fucking screaming it though.
This is where your first time knowing that this dude isn't so good.
Well, I could
since you didn't see the first one.
I feel like maybe it came up before.
Yeah.
Like in conversation with the girl early on, not the daughter, but the girl that took the daughter out.
Right.
I feel like it came up slightly there, but this was like the first admittance, maybe not first admittance from him, but the first real one where you could tell that he really feels bad about the things he's done.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely got some self-reflecting going on now that he has something good in his life and he doesn't think he's worthy of that,
Mm-hmm.
which was a pretty good scene. Stephen Lang did great. And then while he's doing the spiel, what happens?
He gets fucked up. I think
Right in the
I
stomach.
think the
He
dude
gets cut in the
stabs him.
stomach.
Yeah. But
I
then
think it was more of a slice. I thought he was going to survive that shit, but I don't think he does.
yeah, no,
I
he
don't think there's
dies.
a Don't Breathe 3.
And then there could be with the little girl
The
as
girl,
a protagonist.
she gets-
I don't know
she-
what
she goes
scenario would
blind.
happen though. But and then she grabs the weapon or the weapon that she used to chop her mom's arm off
And then fucking...
and kills her dad.
Yep. It's a never-ending cycle. She's the only survivor. She won.
Which
But
when-
now she gets to go to that orphanage she
Yeah,
was dreaming about.
it's cool that she had that like plan lined up.
She was like, just in case some shit happens to me.
and then some shit happened.
Yep.
But one thing that when I was reading the comments section too of a different video that someone said that I didn't really think of too much because I didn't realize this guy was like that bad of a guy because I didn't
'Cause
watch
you
the
didn't
first
know,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, it was that they said that it was just like a good way for it to end because you don't really want to be rooting for either the old man. I was rooting for the old man, even if I knew that he did
Everyone
some fucked up shit
was.
before.
Like,
I was
stop
still rooting for him.
pretending like you weren't. Everybody was, and I think that was on purpose. This director was the co-director of the first one, and it was more of the other guys. So he kind of just gave it to the other dude. He's like, "Oh, you could do something with this," and I feel like this guy turned it into a movie where it's lesser of two evils. There's a bad guy who has good intentions right now, but he did not previously. And even in the first one, he does some bad things, and you find out he has bad things in his basement, but for emotional reasons. You don't know them, and I don't really want to spoil them for you unless they
Yeah.
already have been. But they're for reasons that people not necessarily can relate to, but can understand that that's a sad thing. They just wouldn't do the things of that.
Yeah, you wouldn't
Bad.
condone it or be a part of it, but you could
You,
at least
you wouldn't even go to those lengths to fulfill that loss that you had.
kind of like with serial killer types where
Yeah.
you could be like, I definitely wouldn't do that, but I could see where they're coming from.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly.
If like this kid was like tortured and bullied in school and fucking shoots
So
up a
it
school,
plays
I'm
on
not going to
that-
condone that, but you could be like, I see why.
Totally. It plays on that, and also plays on lesser of two evils. Like, everyone says they don't want to do that and wouldn't do that, but we all saw this movie and we all preferred the not meth head
That wanted to steal
that
the
wanted to
girl's
steal a
heart.
little girl's heart. So, thank you, director, for doing that. It made
Yeah.
us think a little bit.
But then the ending's kind of like cool in the sense that if you weren't rooting for him because you didn't feel like he was a good guy, you still got an ending you can be happy with.
Exactly.
'Cause, like,
it was I honestly think, dude, this one was better than the first one.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. This one was better than the first one. This one, the first one, you went in not knowing what was going to happen. I mean, if you saw the trailers, you had a little idea. But with this one, you knew the premise, but they executed the premise way better. The character development was better because in the first one, all the characters except two, maybe like 1.5, the blind man. What was his name again? Norman and the one girl were the only characters that you cared about, and if you did care about the girl, you know what I mean? So there was like one character that had real development, and in this one, every character is developed. Every character has a reason they're doing what they're doing, and every character is bad except this innocent child. So this one's, I think this one's way better than the first one.
I feel like the way it was done is kind of a cool like representation of life too. Kind of just pushed to an extreme though, where
Yeah.
there's nobody that's objectively good, and the closest you can get to objective good, I think, would be the youth, just because they haven't had the time to
be
falter
bad yet.
Yeah.
Kind of like pets. Like when people say pets are better than humans, that shit pisses me off because pets don't have the mental capacity to do bad things that we do. And when it's all about survival, the pet will do something bad to you.
Yeah.
Because that's all they really know at that point. Pets only really know survival. And if you take something that's theirs that they need to survive, they'll bite you. So I feel like pets, if they had more brain, then they would be just as bad as we are.
Yeah, or if they had like the conscience to make
Exactly.
decisions based on
That kind
stuff
of shit.
like
Yeah.
that.
What would you give this movie, man?
Somewhere like teetering between a 3 or a 4. I'm not sure
I
yet.
totally say that. I'll give it
Like,
a 4.
I feel like it's probably a 3. Like Maybe a 4. Because I look at 3 as if like just a neutral face.
Yeah, and you liked it a little better.
I did.
Should we do
enjoy it.
10s from now on?
I like 1 to 5. 'Cause I feel like 10 is a little too easy. Because right there I could cop out and say 7.
True.
Because that would be like 3.5.
True.
But with 3 to 4, I really gotta think about it a little more.
I would totally give it a 4.
I think
I enjoyed it.
That's where I'd settle too. Because
Okay.
I'd call it above average. I didn't.
Is there anything you didn't like about the film?
Just a couple things I mentioned. Like I felt like a couple scenes were a little ridiculous and could have been done
Yeah,
a little bit better.
totally.
But and I do kind of wish I saw the first one first. But like at the end of the day, if I didn't watch the second one, I wouldn't have the urge to watch the first one.
True,
Like the
true,
first one was
true.
never on my radar until
Yeah,
now.
that's true. That's true.
Because I
First
want
one's good.
I want to have the perspective of someone not rooting for the old man now.
Yeah.
Because like for me, for 99% of the film, he was just fucking awesome. Like I didn't.
I mean,
have
I'm
any-
pretty sure people are in denial, but I'm pretty sure when people watch the first one, most of the movie they're rooting for the old man.
So I basically got like the first movie experience the second time around because
but
it's
I feel like
set
it
up
was
in the
better.
same way.
I feel like it was better though. That's why I give this one a 4. The first one for me, I'd teeter between 3 and 4. This one's a straight 4.
We should check out the first one.
We can watch the first one. We'll
Does that
review
count
the first
as a
one.
horror movie? Do these
Yeah,
count?
yeah, they're spook,
Sick.
kinda. They're horror themed.
I don't
Maybe
know how-
thrillers.
I don't know the definition of a horror movie. I
If
always
it's
thought
meant-
of slasher as like
The-
what a horror movie was.
Nope,
like
you're learning,
killers
baby.
killing and
Nope,
stuff.
not always. There's a lot of different kinds, and we're gonna put you down that rabbit hole. So once after we do Halloween, maybe we'll do one that isn't so killer. Maybe we'll give you a different dose of what you want.
That'd be fun.
Because like we all know zombie, even though we want to do the zombie one.
I didn't know that counted as horror.
Are you
honestly.
serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like I guess it sounds like a horrific, but I just thought about it as like a post-apocalyptic action.
Some are action, but some are horror. My favorites are Night of the Living Dead because it's the OG, Dawn of the Dead, both. I like the remake more. I'm sorry, but we should do like some kind of psychological horror film.
That sounds fun. Like what?
The Shining is probably my favorite horror movie of all time.
We could watch it.
It's Stephen King.
I think my mom used to read his books. My
Yeah,
grandma,
he's
not the
the
one I
goat,
live with.
man.
My grandma on my dad's side read the
Okay.
books a lot.
Okay, but there's something I want you to do.
Sauce Boss.
I made a salsa. This isn't
Oh.
hot sauce. It's salsa.
Oh, I was under the interpretation that it was
Hot
hot
sauce.
sauce. Let's try it.
It's salsa, baby. I made it yesterday.
Hell yeah.
We both need chips because I ain't gonna let you do it myself and just watch you.
Is it hot?
Oh, yeah, it's hot. You want a chip?
Yeah.
Do you have a water?
It smells hot.
Do you have a water? It was
Yeah.
hotter. It was hotter. It was almost not edible the first
Oh,
time. I made it.
jeez.
Yeah, it was hot.
That
Like the first
Did
time
you-
I
did you
ate-
just want me to cry on podcast? Was that your whole thought
no,
process?
no. Amber did cry though. She tried it.
I don't have the mic stand over here. I need a way to hold my mic while I do
Oh,
this. You know what? You guys don't need to
yeah,
hear
you
me.
don't even need it.
Not during my dip.
Yep. If you want me to tell you what's in it after you eat it, let me. I haven't tried this updated version after we put brown sugar in it.
I'm gonna wait for you to
We
get
put brown
excited.
sugar in it because it was too fucking hot. Oh shit!
Struggling?
This is the mood right here.
I'm waiting for you so we could cheers.
Yeah, yeah. Cheers.
It's not bad. It's a really unique taste. Like, I haven't had a sauce.
That was
taste
definitely
like it.
not as hot. That's not bad.
I do feel the kick though.
Yeah. That has lemon. Jalapeno. Ooh, it gets hotter. That's the Carolina Reaper right there. So I got some Carolina Reapers from my boy. Hottest pepper ever. And I put 2 in this salsa.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 2 bottles, like a full bottle, and then this.
So it's kind of like one per bottle.
There's no, because the other one's full. So and I put in probably 3 or 4 big jalapenos.
Definitely gets hotter per second.
Yeah, it
like
does.
it tasted fine heat wise. The bite I
I'm
took,
glad we
but
cooled it down though. That's pretty delicious.
That's pretty good. My tongue's a little on fire. I don't know if I couldn't sit here and snack on chips with it. I think it's a little hot for me to regularly eat
It was hotter, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I had to cool it down. I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna snack on a fucking fiery ass."
Yeah, like
But this, I you don't do heat as much as I do. I probably could snack on this one.
I can't. I can push myself to eat hot things. Like an example, I'll go to like
Like
B-Dubs.
wings. Yeah.
I'll go to B-Dubs and I've tried the Blazing a couple times. The most I ate was
That's
5 out of
they
my
have
6.
Carolina Reapers in the new one.
And I think I had
That's
the
why
new
it
and the
waits.
old.
Like when you try the new Blazing, it takes a little bit to
and
start
then it
hitting
hurts.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was able to kill 5 of those. But like when I eat wings, I could eat 20 honey barbecue and just sit and just eat. But I couldn't eat 20 of them because I don't really like.
If you
the
were
hot.
hungry as
I
fuck,
like challenging
you're gonna get
myself.
honey barbecue.
Yeah,
I like
They're
a
a wing I
little
could
bit
put
heat,
down.
like Asian zing.
those are honestly a little spicy. To
They're a little hot.
Not that bad.
They're
but,
not that bad.
There's one that I really like that I'm spacing the name of. I think it's right above Asian Zing on the scale.
There's jam and jalapeno, spicy garlic. I know all the sauces.
Oh, keep going then, because those weren't it.
Mango habanero.
Mango habanero
That's
is a
their
good
best one, but it's hot, dude. It's right before blazing. And wild.
Caribbean jerk too.
That's a good one.
That's one of the ones that's pretty hot to me, but I love.
I don't love Caribbean jerk.
It's my go-to. Like
Is
it's
it?
it's the hot, not my go-to wing, but my go-to hot wing. It's the
Mango's
best
probably
tasting
mine.
hot one for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least at B-Dubs in general.
But yeah, you got some spicy foods. You got a movie review, 2 casts in 1, baby.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
Anything else to say?
Follow us on YouTube.
Hey, make sure
Subscribe.
you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And peep us on Spotify and iTunes, baby.
Hell yeah! And we plan on having more than just podcasts.
Yeah, if
too,
you want
like,
if you want more than podcast content, check out our YouTube.
let us know in the comments what movies you think we should watch too. With
Yeah,
it
we'd
being
like
the
that.
September October range, I'm really interested in horror right now, especially because I didn't like it that much last year. I wanted to get
Yeah, give us
bunch
a
of
horror
it.
movie.
So yeah, like what are your favorites?
That's not a slasher. We're gonna take
or
a
a
little
slasher. Like I'll watch.
break.
a
Yeah, he'll
slasher
watch
still.
them, but we want to take a little break.
Well, that's like I'll take
But
like
we
a
gotta
break
do
for 1 or
Scream.
2
We gotta do the
movies.
Screams
Yeah.
though.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
like
of them
one
that I
movie.
wanna
Like give
see.
us one movie that's not a slasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep. Take it easy.